talking about AI today.
Yeah, we are.
What is AI? Should you fear it? Should you embrace it? What do you do with it? We're Chris and Megan Ria from No Small Life. Let's dive in.
AI is coming up in almost every conversation.
Yeah.
Talking to friends,
Stop.
co-workers, the subject of AI seems to be making its way into all these conversations. So what is AI? What do we do with it? Do we fear it? Do we embrace it? What do you think, Mac?
Okay.
What is AI? Why don't you start
Let's-
talking about defining AI?
Right. Let's dismantle this big thing that people are like, I don't know what it is. AI is artificial intelligence, right?
Dun, dun, dun. Bum, bum, bum.
It's the intelligence of machines or software, intelligence that is not human or animal. It is artificial, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
AI.
It's an acronym. A lot of times when people first hear this term, they're like, oh my gosh, it's the Terminator coming to life. Like,
Yeah.
robots are taking over, right? But chances are that you use some form of AI in your everyday life, whether you know it or not. Siri. Hey, Siri. She's probably going to talk to me if I say that. Hey, Alexa. Right? They're both AI. If you've ever used a chatbot on a site, like I fully returned something from Amazon the other day with a chatbot, that's AI.
You may have lost half of the people that
guys.
are listening don't know what a chat bot is.
Well,
A chat bot's basically just a little customer service thing at the bottom of websites. It says if you have a question, click here.
Right.
And then boom, you click on it, and you're not really talking with a person. You're talking with a bot that is trained to answer simple questions.
Sure. And you're like, well, maybe I don't use that. Well, have you ever used GPS?
Ooh, come on.
AI, yeah, the one when she tells you to turn here, left here, make a right at the roundabout. That's totally AI, right? Or if you've ever been watching Netflix and a suggested show pops up, AI.
Man, we gotta start watching more guy movies because all these
romantic comedy.
they're just popping up all over
Or
the
like
place.
home renovation. Chris is like, I don't want to watch any more of these. Dang it, AI. Or, here's the thing. Targeted ads on your social media, right? On Instagram, on Facebook. How many times have you Googled something and all of a sudden you're like, why is this popping up? They're listening to me. No, it's just the fact that you looked for it and there are AI bots whose job is to say, oh, you like that? You'll also like this. It's marketing, right? It's using the advances of technology for marketing.
Yeah, and even on your phone, if you don't turn off certain things, certain settings on your phone.
Oh my gosh, yes.
There are keywords. So your phone's listening for keywords, and then when it hears them, the bots go out and then present ads for those things to you.
And it can really freak you out unless you are just kind of aware of, okay, that's just how this technology works. One form of AI that's kind of emerged recently is ChatGPT, which I know you like a lot. So let's talk about what ChatGPT is and how can you utilize it.
Yeah, that's basically a version of AI that a lot of websites are producing now. And basically, it can help you do simple things.
Right.
It's a tool that lets users enter prompts to receive human-like images, text, or videos that are gathered by AI or by bots. So basically what you can do now is you can say, hey, you can go to a website and in certain sites out there and you can say, create an image of a man and a woman holding hands. And all of a sudden within seconds, AI creates that image for you. Something that would take graphic designers a long time in the past, they can now do relatively quickly. And that scares some people because it might put some people out of a job. Or, I know other artists that are utilizing the tool to streamline the work. But you can also put prompts in there to write a letter to my boss, a resignation letter to my boss.
All right.
And all of a sudden, in seconds, it will spit out a well-worded, perfect grammar letter to your boss on you resigning. So basically, it streamlines some of these things that used to take a long time to do.
Okay, and do you have the power to edit it after it's already created?
Of course.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll spit out something, and then you can edit it. You can say, no, I don't like that version. Create another version for me.
Okay.
And so this kind of messes with people a little bit because they're like, well, are we going to even? I mean, the big thing is students. They can create papers.
Write me a research paper on
fill in the blank, and
yeah,
it'll spit out a full-on research paper.
Sure.
So there's some things that are really good with it, but there are also some things, like anything else, that are questionable.
Right.
Another thing that I think is great with ChatGTP and with AI is this ability to make yourself a little bit kinder or more efficient, especially for someone like me. I'm kind of a short, direct person. Like when I send a text or an email, I've been accused of like, are you mad at me?
Right.
And, why are you so short in the text? Or I sometimes won't say, hey, good morning, how are you? I'll
just like the question where
just
I'm always
ask a
like,
question.
emoji, how are you? Yeah, personality differences.
So I might send a really quick text and then run that through AI, through ChatGTP, and say, make this sound a little kinder. And it does.
And Chris is like, wow.
Now, I will then look at it and make sure it sounds
Yeah,
right.
for
It's
sure.
my heart, it's my words,
Correct.
it's just...
And you can edit it like we said afterwards, too.
Yeah, for someone who isn't a great writer like myself. I speak, I create content, but I am not a good writer. English was not my strong suit in high school. I don't think I did my English homework. But grammar, sentence structure, it's not really what I'm good at.
Yeah, you don't thrive there.
So if I can say, hey, here's what I want to say. Here's the gist of a letter to someone or an email I need to send out, but make it right with the right grammar and the right sentence structure.
Yeah.
It's a tool that helps me greatly. So not only helps me become kinder, but more efficient, because I don't have to, hey, Megan, read this, make sure it sounded, this is what I would do before.
Yeah.
I would use her kind of as my AI, but you're not artificial.
I'm all real.
You're a beauty, is what you are. But I would say to someone who was really good with English and grammar, hey, can you make sure that I'd have to wait a half hour, I'd have to send an email, they'd send it back.
Right.
Now, streamline it. It only takes seconds. And for someone like me, that's beautiful. So for me, for us, I think there's a lot of good that can come from using ChatGTP and AI to streamline some things that we do, even in business, in ministry, in work, in life, being kinder, being a better person. I mean, there's some great tools, but like anything else, there's also some downfalls. So what are some of the things that are downsides to this AI?
Well, like Chris said, there's good and evil in the world, right? There's people that are going to leverage this for their benefit for the good, and that people that want to leverage this for the benefit of
Evil.
They're evil, basically. There is this thing out there called voice cloning that they could extrapolate a voice, maybe even an image of someone. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Especially for content creators, public figures, people who have recordings out on the internet of their voice.
Pastors, right? Like, yeah.
Video. If it's out there on the internet, people can now, it's called voice cloning.
Yes.
They can clone it.
They can grab that and then make it say what they want it to say, right? So I think that that's definitely a downside.
Yeah, I mean, videos could come out where you don't even know, is that really our president? Is that really someone saying that? Or is that just, a voice clone or a video clone of that?
Now, I will say the good thing about this is anything that we can anticipate is going to be a problem, we can kind of head off at the pass, right? And there's already things in place to circumvent the downsides of this. It's something to be aware of, but I don't think it's something to be fearful of long term.
Yeah, I mean, it's a $1 billion industry already. There are people way smarter than me, for sure, working on the potential problems. And granted, you're not going to know some of them till you get into it, but they're projecting things. And they're working at, okay, how can we make sure you can distinguish between a cloned video and a cloned voice versus an authentic video and authentic voice? So that is being thought of.
Yeah, they're doing some things with for lack of a better term, almost like watermarking, right? Like saying, okay, it does have a stamp of
Yeah.
the approval of the creator or not.
But it is scary. I mean, there are some scammers out
Yeah.
there who are cloning people's voices and then making phone calls to loved ones saying, hey, this is me, Megan, and I'm hurt or I'm in an accident, and will you send me money? And there's people who can clone like pastors' voices and leaders and say, hey, can you donate to this thing? And it's not them.
And I think it's just something to be aware of, right? Like, how many phone calls have you gotten that you're like, this is your insurance company,
Right.
but it's not them, and you know that because you've got the process. Same thing, if you get a weird phone call from somebody asking for something, or maybe put a call into that actual person, say, was that you? Just something to be aware of.
Right, and that's what is another downside, though, is that now we have to question everything. Right? We live in a world where, did aliens land on the planet or not? I mean, like, I don't trust it. I'm gonna have to see a living, walking alien in front of me for me to believe that. Like, so we're living in a planet, in a time in history where you kind of got to be skeptical, and that's not fun.
Hard,
we want
right.
to trust, we want to believe, but you're gonna have to question, like, is that real? Did they really say that? Is that really happening?
Right, and not question in fear.
Right.
I think is the distinguishing factor, right? There, like you said, with any technology, there is a propensity to be afraid of it. Like, I think that is what we do with the unknown.
Yes, we fear the unknown.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like, in the 1500s, I believe the printing press came out.
Yeah, 15th, 16th century. Yep, in there.
15th, 16th century. Like, everyone feared the printing press. It was this unknown technology, but everyone was just handwriting things for so long. And this new technology, this is going to corrupt the world.
Why? Why did they think that?
They thought it because they thought people would manipulate. They'd put information too quickly out there, and it wouldn't be accurate. It wouldn't be right, or
Saying like this is the Bible when it was not in the Bible, kind of a thing. Okay, I gotcha.
But the printing press has been a fantastic invention. It's gotten, it's been able to empower writers to get books out quickly.
Can you imagine if we didn't have the ability to multiply copies of the written word of authors of words that have changed our lives, have been valuable, if we had shut down and been afraid of that technology?
Yeah, and that's what we want to do a lot of times. Is, well, I'm just not going to participate in this because it's unknown and I'm afraid of it.
Right.
And that's like a pet peeve of yours.
Oh my gosh, so much. Yeah, like the thing is, guys, AI is here.
It's here to stay.
Whether we want to participate in it or not, it's here. So if you can't beat them, join them, right? But use wisdom. Don't just like, I'm gonna jump all in. But utilize it to your advantage. Know it. Understand what it is, what it isn't. That way, when somebody comes to you with information that could be fear-inducing, you have the ability to discern whether or not you should be, afraid of it or not afraid of it. What am I looking for? Cautious, skeptical with that, right? We don't want to get passed by with technology.
Right.
If anyone had said 12 years ago, I don't need a smartphone, right? I'm just going to use my flip phone. Right. Dude, you would be greatly undermining your ability to function in society right now. Really.
No offense to those of you who use a flip phone.
I get it. To each his own.
If you want to. But I think what Megan is saying here is that when you become that person that I'm just done with technology, I'm not taking the next step,
right.
Well, you can become left behind.
Yeah.
We found this out during COVID.
For sure.
Like, you had to learn how to order things online. You had to have the ability to do things without physically going to a place.
Right.
Even at the airport, we ran into this.
Oh my gosh.
You had to use a kiosk. We had this experience where you literally
there was no person there to check us in. We had to use, like you said, that computer and know it and understand it. And we were thinking, man, if someone was not savvy with technology, this would have been a big challenge for them. So it's important to understand it so you know how to utilize it to your advantage.
Yeah, and so you kind of have a choice here. You can be afraid and you can choose not to participate, which it's your decision. You do you.
Yeah.
What Meg and I are saying is, there's going to be people who utilize this tool for good and evil, just like all technology.
Yeah.
When the internet came out, there were people who utilized it for good. We have a lot of good on the internet. You can hear about God. You can grow. You can do things so quickly. I can learn how to fix my faucet within seconds of watching a YouTube video. There's so many good things on the internet. There's also evil there.
Sure.
There's people
100%.
out there trying to steal money,
Yep.
trying to hook kids into pornography
Right.
and trafficking and different things. So there's good, there's evil. And what we do with this tool is going to determine our heart.
Right.
If we have a good heart, want to do good with it, we can.
Yeah.
If people want to utilize it for evil, they're going to do that.
Right.
We can't control that.
Right.
It's out of our hands, but it's here to stay.
Yeah. Friend, if you are scared by this, if you're freaked out about AI, I get it, right? Like, we've all seen the movies. We all saw iRobot. We know how that ends. There's even a movie, which I resent. It's named Megan. It's named Megan, y'all, about a killer robot. That's just wrong. Right? But guys, AI is here to stay. And as Christians, we don't have anything to fear.
That's right.
We don't have anything to fear because our God is still in control. No new invention can shake him. No new invention was created without his knowledge. And at the end of the day, we can get so focused on what's happening here on the earth that we lose sight of the bigger picture, that God's in control, that he wants us to be able to access any technology at our fingertips for the advancement of his kingdom and for his good and for his glory.
Yeah, I mean, he said things like, "Fear not,
Right.
for I am with you."
Yes.
He said, "Perfect love casts out fear."
Yes.
He's even got this famous portion of scripture in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6.
Come on.
What does it say, man?
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. He will direct your path.
So yes, there are some concerns with AI. There are some pitfalls with it. But there's also some good, and that's what we're going to choose to focus on with ChatGPT, with things like AI. We're choosing not to fear it, and we would encourage you not to fear it as well. So at the end of each video, we started a segment, just things that we're loving this week. People ask us all the time, what are some things you really like that make your life better? So we have a couple of those.
We do.
What's yours, Meg?
Okay, guys. First, if you use your phone or your laptop for videos at all, if you're doing Zoom meetings, did you have that person that was like always in the dark when you have to do a Zoom meeting with them? Buy them this. This little right here is a clip-on light. It's 60 watt. Woo, look at that.
Whoa.
It clips onto, your phone, your laptop, your computer, whatever, and it just gives you instant good lighting. Chris and I do a lot of coaching with couples, and a lot of times we're doing that at night, right? And the lighting is not good at night. So throwing this little bad boy on, you can actually see your face. It's so good. It's so inexpensive. It's in our Amazon store in the content creation playlist. We'll throw a link down below, but get this because it's going to make all your videos so much better. All right. What about you, babe?
That's blinding.
I know, it's so bright.
And then what I'm loving is this. Some people use it as a journal. We'll put a link down below to what it is. But basically, for me to keep my life organized, I take this everywhere with me to every meeting I'm in. My to-do list is on there, my goals, points from every meeting I'm in, things I need to remember. I won't just remember things. I forget. Right. So this has literally changed my life. And yeah, people say, well, you can do it on your phone. There's something about some kind of real leather, old school,
beautiful.
Put it on paper, bring it with you, and never
Yeah.
forget anything ever again. So that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, we'd love to have you subscribe. Maybe share this video with someone you think might like to hear.
Yeah, or they might
about
be
AI.
struggling or fearful about the future, some of this intelligence coming out. Share this with them. I think it'll really encourage them.
We also want to let you know that No Small Life is a nonprofit organization run on the donations of people. So if you would like to partner with us, you can do so at our website, nosmalllife.me. So have a great day, everyone, and remember, your life is not small. Ever again. Never forget.